All right, guys, quick little video on how to graph a function by filling in a table. So number one here, you might notice that our x values are 0, 1, and 2. So in order to get our y values, we are basically going to plug those numbers into our function, which is y equals 3x. Okay, so we're going to plug in the 0 where the x is, the 1 where the x is, and the 2 where the x is. And the function, when we multiply it by 3, is going to give us our output, which is our y. So, sometimes you're going to hear x referred to as the input, and then the y is referred to as the output. It's almost like the function up here is a machine, and when you put the x into it, it shoots out your y values. So let's start with x equals 0. If I plug in 0 right there, I'm going to have y equals 3 times 0. And 3 times 0, well, that's just 0. So whenever x equals 0, y also equals 0. So notice I'm starting to fill in my table. Okay. Next, if y equals 1, x equals 1, sorry. So then this time I'm going to substitute x with 1. So y equals 3 times 1 this time. So then 3 times 1, y would equal 3. So then when x equals 1, y equals 3. And last but not least, let's say we have x equals 2. So I'm going to substitute x with 2. That's going to give me y equals 3 times 2. And 3 times 2 equals 6. So when our input is 2, our output, our y is 6. Okay. Now you might notice that this table is in XY form. Let me just refresh your memory. A point is also in XY form. Okay, so we can actually plot these 3 points here, starting with this first point, 0, 0. I'll use a red. 0, 0 is our origin. Next, I'm going to plot 1, 3, 1 to the right, up 3. And last, I'm going to plot 2, 6, 2 to the right, up 6. A little bit off of our chart here. And we have enough to draw our line. Really, you only need 2 points to graph a line, right? I could have just done it by plotting 2 of those points. All right, let's do one that's a little bit more difficult, but not much. The first problem didn't have a y-intercept. This equation actually does have a y-intercept. So let's go right into it. If x equals 0, that means I'm going to have to multiply -2 times 0. I'm substituting x with 0. And then after that, I have to add 4. So -2 times 0, that's 0. And 0 plus 4, well, that just equals 4. So y equals 4. So when x is 0, y is 4. Next, I am going to input or substitute x with -2. Let me stay organized here. So y is going to equal -2 times 2 this time, and then plus 4 at the end. -2 plus 2 is -4. And -4 plus 4, well, that's 0. Those are opposites. So then y is going to equal 0 here. When x equals 2, y equals 0. And our last one here, this time I'm going to substitute x with 4 right there. So it's going to be y equals -2 times 4 plus 4. -2 times 4, that's -8. And then add 4. So then y is going to equal -8 plus 4 is -4. So -4 is my y. And once again, to graph this, I can just plot the points. 0, 4 is our y-intercept, or our starting amount, which we already knew because of that one, right? There's our y-intercept. And then 2, 0, and 4, -4. All lining up nicely. And there is our line. Hopefully you have a ruler so that, oh my gosh, my line's jacked up. But yeah, that's it. That's how you graph using a table and a function.